All right. I always have to make sure my hair is perfect. Someone sent me a message and I thought I could either write back to them, which I did a little bit, or I can answer it in a video because chances are if one person's asking it, multiple people want to know. Thank you so much for reaching out. I know you get a lot of messages. So I've listened to your audiobook, so I know your story with your marriage. My circumstances are different in the fact that he didn't totally F me over, and we've been together for 6 years. Either way, I was planning on spending my life with him, much as you were with your husband. Yes, I was. So what I was hoping to get your input on is how can I feel optimistic about my future love life? I feel like I'm losing my best friend and partner. Everyone keeps telling me to work on myself, and that if I do, a better love will come. Was that the case for you? What have you hoped for in a new, better love someday? What gave you hope? Okay. What gave me hope? I want to acknowledge the person that asked this question because many of you have come forward and told me your stories because I told you my story. So I definitely think that vulnerability is our strength. And when we share it with other people, we are likely to get it back. So that takes a lot of courage. Courage meaning having an open heart. My answer to this is yes. It will be hard. It'll be sad. You are losing your best friend as far as in a relationship. If you're deciding to split and uncouple and separate from someone that you've just spent the last 6 years getting so comfortable with loving. The love will always be there if you choose to look at it that way. Maybe instead of using the word losing a friend, we can shift that word and replace it with something that is lighter and softer for our nervous system. Maybe instead of the word lose, we can replace it with we are transitioning to a new way of being with each other. So instead of I'm losing my partner, say something like we're switching gears, which it's not to soften the blow necessarily, which it will, like obviously saying I'm losing my partner versus, you know, we're switching gears is gonna change the way that it makes us feel significantly. It's just to show how much language can make us feel a certain way, and the way that we talk to ourselves and the way that we talk to others is very, very powerful. So this is not to diminish or discredit the relationship going in a different direction that we had planned. I can only say for myself that I had planned a life with someone, married them, which I took very seriously. I don't think anyone gets married to plan a divorce. And we don't have any control over what happens in our life. We just kind of have to take our life one day at a time, rolling with the punches, trusting that what's meant to happen will happen, because we really don't have much control over really anything. We definitely don't have control over other people and what their desires are and what their path is and what their healing is. And if you come to a situation where there's a fork in the road and there's two ways to go, I can either stay with this person and get miserable day by day and realize and know deep down that it's not meant to be, or I can have the courage to have that conversation and see if there's anything in the way. Sometimes people don't share what's really going on with their partner, and then years go by and it's like, man, if I would have just spoke up so long ago, you know, I would feel so much better around that person. Oftentimes people feel really free after therapy. They'll go to therapy with their partner, and then all of a sudden afterward, because all the things that were needed to be said were said, and now they feel closer. So make sure you're not prematurely leaving. And if it is your best friend, hopefully you can have an honest conversation and say, you know what? Where's the romance? Like, I'm yearning for more. I'm craving something deeper. I'm not feeling connected and I don't know why. And make sure you're taking responsibility for the way that you feel rather than projecting it onto them and blaming them as if they did something. That's just a side note. Encouraging you to have a real, true, honest conversation with your partner that you've been with for 6 years or longer. Maybe it's someone you've been with for 2 years or 10 years. We don't know. But knowing that you found them and that you found love here, and let's say uncoupling and switching gears, separating, taking some space, whatever you want to call it, is the right path for you. Well, trusting that you lived before you knew this person, and that this person is just a reflection of your inner state. Yes, of course they exist, and they're beautiful, and they have all the feelings that you have, maybe more, maybe different, whatever. I don't really know what I'm saying with this. But the point is the feelings that you have for them exist within you now. They didn't necessarily give you those feelings. They sparked the feelings within you. So the reason why you love having them around is because they ignite the goodness within you that already exists. That's not to, of course, to discredit them as if like they don't have this magical power. It's you that has the magical power. You're the ones that create the feeling within you. So knowing that if they leave, they don't take that from you. That spark, that love, that joy that you feel for them, that exists within you always. It always has, and it always will. So that's just to kind of soften the experience of uncoupling and having a different experience moving forward with a new partner, with being single for a while, whatever it is that your journey takes you to, is that's where that hope comes from. Is hold on, they don't have control over my heart and what I do with it and what I do with my life. The only thing they really have control over is what they decide to do with their life. You get to control your perspective on it. You get to control who you spend your time with, what you do with yourself, and the way that you look at the situation. Again, looking at that story that you created about the situation. So like it would have been very easy for me to say, you know, the marriage didn't go the way that I wanted it to, and that's because I'm not good enough. Or that's because I didn't love him enough. I should have shown him more. I should have waited longer before I got married. Like all these things that I could have created these stories about what it meant that it didn't work out. But I think that would hold me back and imprison me and make me smaller and make me feel clenched rather than expansive. And so that would be doing a disservice, because the truth is it wasn't meant to be. If I was meant to be with him, I would be. It's that simple. If you were meant to be with this person, you would be. In the same way that you can't mess up. What is it? What's that line? What's meant for you won't go by you. If it's meant for you, it'll be with you, and you'll work together in harmony with that person. Hold on, I need coconut water. Oh my gosh. This is really good. So if you are separating, take some time. Make sure you're healing properly. Properly meaning it's an informal word. It's not necessarily like there's a right way to do it. The way to do it that makes it easier, I would say, is spending time with people that you love and that you feel safe with. Do things that make you feel connected. Go on that hike. Go on a walk. Listen to fun affirmations that make you and remind you who you really are, which is love. Don't try to... Sometimes when we go through breakups, we feel like we have to do it alone. We don't. We don't. I sure didn't. I surrounded myself with people that love me because I needed that. Because the love that I had placed all into one person got stripped away. And then what? What do I replace it with? It's like a toy. When you see a toddler that gets a toy taken away from them, they start crying. But when you replace it with a new toy, we're basically just like kids. They're okay. They're like, oh, okay, I got my toy. So honestly, I had to replace the love that I got from him with the love of my mother, multiple friends. I had to give it to myself late at night, crying, going, okay, I love you, man, and I got you. Because I was completely blindsided and confused, and how do I take care of myself? I've been giving that responsibility to this man whilst, even leading up to meeting him, giving it to myself. This kind of sounds dirty. I assure you it's not. Well, maybe sometimes. But loving the parts of ourselves that hurt is a big healing tool. So if I'm exposing my wound and my broken heart to people that love me and they're just loving on me, then that is part of the healing process, and you deserve to experience that and feel that. And most importantly, not judge yourself. And start picturing the life that you want, the partner that you do want if you are getting out of a relationship. Sit with yourself and start making a list of, things that you want in a partner, and start envisioning of what it would feel like. And of course, keep that hope high. This is a interesting question because it has so many layers to it. But keeping that hope, I don't even know if hope's a good word to use, right? Because language is so important, most important. Love is all around me. Love is within me always. Love is all around me always. Saying those things to yourself, because that is the truth. It is. Love exists within you. It existed within you before you met that person. It'll always exist within you long after. So if we can remember that love is not only all around us, and it's abundant, and it's within us always, then there is no lack. We're not lacking, and we're not grasping and needing it from some other person. It's all right here. Literally, take your hands right now and put your hands on your heart. Love is within me. Love is within me. Love is within me right now. Love is all around me. And you'll start to feel differently. Your cells will change. It may feel weird the first time you do it, but keep doing it. Build that habit, and you'll start to notice that love is all around you. I think that's all I'm going to answer that question. I'm going to turn this into a fun YouTube clip, motivational video, as well as post this on my YouTube. Because it's important. A lot of people are going through grief and heartbreak and trying to get it right. Healing is so not linear. I will have moments where I won't even remember what I went through because it feels so far away and my life's completely different now. And then I'll have moments where I hear a song, or I'll think a thought, or I'll picture, someone from my past, and I'll just break down crying hysterically. How about I just give myself the space to do that? How about you just give yourself 40 minutes, 15 minutes, 3 hours, whatever it takes, whatever you need to do to heal and to grieve and to feel the feelings. Feelings are meant to be felt. They're not meant to be pushed down. They're meant to be felt. And they're a signifier that something's off, something needs attention, right? If you break your leg and it's all bent and out of shape, and you don't feel pain, and so you keep walking on it, and then it heals all funny, no good. It's there to say, hey, go easy on me. The pain is there to tell you to go easy. So it's a good thing. It's also the touchstone to spiritual growth. We don't change unless we're in enough pain, right? If we're not sick and tired of being sick and tired, we're probably not going to change. And then we're going to stay stagnant. And then life will just kind of be blah. You don't want that. You want a life filled with love and growth and opportunity. Who does that sound like? I don't know. Love your pain. Say thank you, pain. When you feel that pain, I know in the past for me, oftentimes, if I felt pain, I'll go, I don't want to feel it. I don't want to feel it. Let me just eat cookies. Let me just call this person. I don't want to feel the pain. Instead of saying, okay, thank you, pain. Thank you, pain. I'm open to you. I feel you. Come on in. Because once we feel it, it passes through quite quickly. It's the resistance to feeling the pain that adds more pain. So just Feel it, yo. Okay, that's it. That's all my time. That's all the time I got. You know what I should do? What I just realized? I should use this to time my videos. Okay, this is how long the video is gonna be. I should see how long, and then I can just do that with every video because I've been filming and the camera will shut off because it'll stop after a half hour, the battery will die, I'll have to edit, and it takes hours to upload freaking 40-minute videos, so I'm gonna make shorter videos. If you felt this was powerful or if it helped you, I'm so glad. Thank you for stopping by. If nobody's told you they love you today, I love you. Subscribe, like it, share it, feel it, watch it again if you need. If there's something you missed, watch it again. All my love. Mwah!